Morocco, a country in northern Africa, land of enchantment, mystery, and the birthplace of Maria Christopher. Born on July 11, 1982, Maria entered the world during uncertain times.
Morocco is where the Western Sahara War was taking place, and this was probably one of the harshest wars in Africa's history.
Under the fog of war, Maria formed an unbreakable bond with her adoptive mother, Tina Christopher.
Her family structure had not been stable throughout that time frame, and she had come to live with Tina, who became her mother when she was a young girl. Tina was very devoted to her, and she had a very close bond with Tina as her mother.
In 1994, the promise of a better life brought Tina and Maria to the United States. They settled just off the coast of Virginia in Chesapeake, a quiet bedroom community recommended by a friend of Tina's.
I have something for you, Maria.
Over the years, Tina's love and support helped Maria adjust to life in America.
When she came to America and lived with Tina, that became the first sense of stability I think we could see in her life.
In high school, Maria's attributes helped her stand out among classmates.
She was beautiful, just not physical beauty. She had inner beauty. She was popular.
She was very attractive. She was very intelligent.
As Maria approached her high school graduation, it seemed the only thing missing in her life was love, a fact not lost on the handsome Larry Thomas.
What are you girls doing out here? It's cold.
Just studying.
Okay. Think you might need a study partner?
That would be nice.
Larry was a big teddy bear. He was a sweet person, a genuine person.
In the months that followed, Larry and Maria's friendship grew until one thing inevitably led to another.
If you knew those two, then you knew that they were pretty much meant for each other.
So what do you want to do this weekend?
Whatever you have in mind.
I have some ideas.
This was someone who she could see herself having a future with.
He treated her like a queen.
Larry easily won the approval of Maria's mother, Tina.
Hey, Miss Christopher.
Hey, Larry. You gonna stay for dinner?
Yes, ma'am, I'm definitely staying.
While Tina was supportive of the relationship, she made sure Maria stayed focused on her goals.
Maria, you need to finish your homework first.
I know, I will.
Her mother really was able to keep her grounded.
She was very proud of Maria when she graduated from high school.
But Maria was unsure of which direction to take her talents, and she made the decision to postpone college in order to explore her many interests.
I don't think she really had settled on where she wanted to go in life. She was interested in beauty. She also had a part-time job working at a long-term care facility.
Fresh out of high school, you want to experience the world, try new things, go new places, and have no regrets. When me and Maria got together, it was let our hair down and go out, dance, and have fun and party. Maria was wild. Maria was crazy, but in a good way.
But what would straying from a more traditional path mean for Maria's future with her boyfriend, Larry? Would their relationship be able to withstand her carefree lifestyle?
He loved her, but he loved her enough to let her go her own path and do what she wants to do.
Maria was enjoying life and had a world of opportunities in front of her.
21-year-old Virginia resident Maria Christopher and her boyfriend Larry Thomas had a passionate relationship that they hoped could stand the test of time. But on September 18, 2003, as the state braces for Hurricane Isabel, this story of young love may go up in smoke after first responders make a gruesome discovery.
They had a vehicle that was fully engulfed in flames. When they popped the trunk, they found a body.
We didn't know who the body was or how the person died.
It was burned beyond all recognition.
We were trying to find anything that would help us find out who this person was because the license plates were gone, the VIN numbers were gone.
Conditions at the crime scene continue to deteriorate.
The rain was just horrendous, so we had to come up with a plan. We can't process this scene here. It's too dangerous.
The entire vehicle was moved from that location to a forensic bay.
Once the vehicle is safely shielded from the elements, detectives and arson investigators continue to try to identify the victim.
I think we got something.
Looks like it may have been a woman.
Police soon discovered that the body had been protecting another precious clue.
The way she was laying, she actually was laying on top of one of her hands, which was protected from the fire.
In this case, one of the hands was able to be fingerprinted.
The body is transported to the morgue, where investigators join the medical examiner for the autopsy.
Hey, detectives?
Were we able to get a positive ID on the victim?
Yeah, actually, I got some solid prints off the right hand.
The body was identified as the 21-year-old Maria Christopher. She lived in the Western Branch area of the city.
Did you get a sweep of the lungs?
Yeah, I mean, the lungs are actually clean.
I'm looking to see, do they have soot in their lungs, which she didn't. So that let me know that she was dead before the fire.
Everything indicated to us that she was deceased prior to being put in the trunk of the vehicle. Maria was a relatively small female, and the driver's seat in the car was pushed all the way back and leaned back to indicate that it was a rather tall person who drove the car to that location. So, we know she didn't drive herself there.
As for the cause of death, that too becomes tragically clear.
It was determined that she died from a single gunshot wound to the head.
Less than 24 hours after finding Maria dead, investigators have the terrible task of notifying her mother.
It's the most traumatic thing in the world that can happen to a parent or to a loved one. When we presented the bracelet, she was able to easily identify it as her daughter's bracelet.
Of course, Miss Christopher was devastated.
After giving Tina time to collect herself, detectives press forward.
When was the last time you saw your daughter?
It would have been yesterday.
The last day that Maria was seen was on September 17th.
And it didn't bother you that she didn't come home last night?
No, I just let her be an adult. I mean, she was always a good girl.
Miss Christopher didn't think anything about her daughter not being present because she was 21 years old.
If she wasn't spending the night at the house, she had a lot of friends.
Investigators press Maria's mother for more information about those closest to her daughter.
What were her romantic relationships that you know of? Who would you have thought did this?
She was seeing a young man named Larry Thomas. But I can't see him doing anything like this.
Police consider the possibilities. Had Maria been the victim of a random crime or something far more personal?
In this case, we certainly knew that Maria Christopher had died as a result of a single gunshot wound. Where that happened, under what circumstances, did not present themselves.
You had to have a burnt car and a body. So it's a little overkill. Most strangers, they're gonna kill you, dump you, and be done.
Again, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'll be in touch with you, okay?
Detectives' first priority is to talk to Maria's boyfriend, Larry Thomas. The next day, after receiving Larry's phone